Cloud tear duct and development. How does this work? Well, it can be pretty substantial. Now, I apologize that this got mixed. It probably just hit up right when I was going to Scotland, and Facebook changed their things. And if I don't, now I have to mark them as announcements so they save in my queue, which right now I've got 40 of them, and whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry. But since 2, I would ask for more videos as well. But at least I'm going to get you your first answer. They said they're not going to do surgery to 1. If you have to start scheduling it now, first of all, to working the system, I would schedule it. You can always cancel it, right? But I would at least get in the system. All developmental milestones include vision. So when I go to roll over, right, everything is synchronized. My eyes, nasal septum, go in with my pubic bone and they roll over. Right? And this is, so I'm looking for the ball and oh, I'm on my belly. That's how it starts to happen. If a child does any movement that hurts them or is difficult, they won't do it. It's just the way babies work. So if I go to roll over, first of all, and you'll feel this in my head and vision course, it's just going to be just generally heavier on the one side than the other. Now, it might be micro levels to you, but if I go to do a movement this way and I'm getting that pull back because it's heavy, then I'm not going to roll to the left or I'm not going to roll to the right, depending, because a tear duct, even again, people think it's so all of it. Sorry, I'm having Wi-Fi issues, so I'm pausing. Between the nasal bones, the lacrimals, the apnoids, the nasal septum, there's a network of small bones within here, right, that need to sway. This is a part of tummy time. I've covered this so many times, right? The nasal septum is the first thing, and it opens up just like a sail, and it opens up all the midline features within the facial bones. Again, if this is clogged, it's going to create swelling that's going to interfere with that process, right? Also too, if I go to, again, I go to roll over and I just feel again that weight shift, also an infection or a block and so forth, changes the fluid dynamics. Babies are meant to have, and I have plenty of videos on this that I can tag you up if you need. The mucosal rate flow of an infant, they have a very thin mucus, because when I'm rolling around and doing all of these things, just like legs of wine, or we're looking at our alcohol, right? And if you don't drink, I apologize, but it coats the glass, and that's where the child gets a vestibular system. Everybody thinks a vestibular system's out here somewhere in a box. No, it's not. It's within the nasal septum. And so like if I go like this, my mucus is much thicker. I have a matured vestibular system. You see kids that still drool at 5 have not matured their vestibular system. So their mucus still needs to be more thin. And so they drool more, right? If I'm inebriated, I have a vestibular issue, then I drool, or those kind of things. If you see an impairment, someone suddenly having a stroke, you'll start to see the drool. You need to take care of that. That's what a vestibular system is, or one of the vestibular warning signs. They sort of go hand in hand. So these are all the things that can go into the play of just having a clogged tear duct. But you don't just have a clogged tear duct. We have developmental issues. And so with that, I'd like to see more videos, because we need to get development going. Because not at 7 months, you should be coming to sitting through your back and going into all fours, about to ready to crawl. And I don't see that happening. I also see too a bit more of a jaw. My son had this. And again, I don't know if he's just in the high chair, but if you're seeing more of the droop of the jaw, again, just the nasal pressure of just that not feeling well, but it's normal to them. My son's sinus infection went behind the eyes into the base of the brain. So these are all things to come into play. I wouldn't take them in hands down that it's just a clogged tear duct. I think it's going to be a little bit more, but I need to see more videos on that aspect. But right now, that's how a clogged tear duct can and probably is affecting your child's development. And so what we need to do is still work on the development despite the tear duct. And that's where we have to come into play. So I actually just did a video right now on that, showing how the sensitivity that you need to. I know it's on a 14-month-old, but I'm going to tag you up on that so you can see those comments of just going to roll over and how you have to go micro movements to make it successful, because he's not getting successful movements because it's either hurting him or it's just uncomfortable. So he's preventing.